Hey, ladies, welcome to the Mom2Mentor podcast. If this is your first time joining, welcome. If you are a repeat listener, thank you for your loyalty. I cannot say that enough, knowing there's so many other parenting podcasts out there. You decided to stop by and listen to me. So thank you so much for that. Hey, I'm going to get right into our topic for the day. I'm still planting character seeds for our virtual character garden. And character seeds or character traits, however you want to look at it, they make up our personality. That's why I want to share this with you. A lot of time we don't focus on personality traits, right? These things aren't taught. They're corrected, but they're never taught. I want to take this opportunity, share with you moms of what it means to plant these character seeds in your children, and not just your children, but you. Because when we think about what it means to be a mentor, we're setting that example. We're providing guidance as it relates to life's challenges or just life in general. That's what this podcast is all about, is equipping you so that you can equip your child. If you haven't heard prior episodes, some of the other character seeds that I've planted or attempted to plant for our virtual character garden is apology, honesty, respect, confidence, compassion, creativity, patience, gratitude, forgiveness, kindness, determination, accountability. And today's hot topic, fresh off the press, we're going to be talking about humility or being humble and why that's important. It's easy when you have a unique gift or unique talent. For instance, some of the sports stars out there, and I don't even know if that's correct, but when you see folks in sports that do exceptionally well in their craft, it's easy to, oh, wow, you make them your idol and you put them on this pedestal. In sports, folks walk around with their jerseys on and all of this good stuff. They're all about that person, that individual. And that's fine. Just can't go overboard with it. And then it also depends on how that person accepts their gift or their talent, because it can make them become arrogant. And me, for myself, I've placed people at a level that I'm like, wow, I just really admire them or I idolize them, right? And when I finally got to meet the individual and they were all arrogant and snooty, don't bother me, I was like, whoa, whoa. My attitude towards that individual changed, all because of the arrogance. Now, again, there's a difference between arrogance and confidence, right? Confidence is knowing who you are. Arrogance is thinking, oh, I'm better than you are. Know the difference between the two. And there's nothing wrong with confidence. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here because there's a whole nother episode out there about confidence. We need to teach our children about being humble and having a attitude of gratitude when it comes to humility, because it's easy when people see your uniqueness and this talent that you possess. It's easy to come by and say, oh, you're all that and a bag of chips. And then the next thing the back in the day when I was growing up, talking about the big head. And then somebody said, bring me a pen because we need to bust your head. Your head is getting too big, because they're taking all of these wonderful compliments and thinking they did it on their own, versus saying, you know what? I'm grateful that I do have this unique gift or this talent that I'm able to share with others. I'm going to give you an outline of some benefits of why we need to be humble or display that humility. The first one is self awareness and growth. Humility enables individuals to acknowledge their flaws and areas for improvement. When you're arrogant, you think you can do no wrong. And that's not true. When we identify our flaws, that helps keep us humble. The self awareness is crucial for personal development as it encourages a mindset open to learning and growth. And we all, no matter what your age is, continue to learn because learning leads to growth. And when you're humble, you can do that. Number two, it improves relationships, and you're going to interact with a lot of people through your lifetime. And you probably already have, Mom, and your kids will too. And it's not just the love relationship we're talking about here. We're talking about when you start work, they go to school. Anytime you're interacting with people, that is a form of a relationship. It improves relationships. So when humble individuals tend to be more empathetic and compassionate, allowing them to connect better with others. This fosters positive relationships as humility helps reduce jealousy and promotes a supportive environment. Yeah, because again, when you get or when people get arrogant, it does invite jealousy because who do you think you are? I can outshine you. I can do better. Yeah. And we don't want that kind of attitude following us. And your children wouldn't want that. And I'm sure all of our children and your children have some uniqueness about them that stands out, but they still have to remain humble, especially in relationships. You can't go around thinking you're better than that other person. It just leads to disaster. And especially if you're going to get in a love relationship, yeah, you can't think you're better than your partner. It enhances leadership. In leadership roles, humility is vital. And Mom, you are a leader. Leaders set examples for their followers. And who are your followers, Mom? Oop, I gave it away. That's right, your children or your child. They're following you, they're watching you, they're listening to you. It's important for you to display that behavior, that humility. It's important you to display that. Humble leaders are more approachable, willing to listen to others, and we got to do a lot of that. I wasn't very good at that with my children. But you have to be willing to listen to your children because if you don't, someone else will. Yeah. And that's when things start to go left. And that's when you get into correcting mode because someone else listened to them. Leadership creates a collaborative atmosphere that encourages them to contribute their ideas. And kids have a lot of great ideas, both of my kids. I enjoy having conversations with them. And I'll put this out there. They are older. They are adults. How about that? And I enjoy conversating with them. I enjoy hearing their point of view. And I'm learning from them based on some of the things that they've encountered through life that I did not teach them. But having that conversation with them, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. While your kids may be younger, you still want to set it up where they can come and talk with you, Mom. and have a discussion with them and be respectful so that they can come to you and not have to go to someone else. When we talk about humility, we talk about psychological well being. Yep, that's a big word or big words. Practicing humility can lead to greater happiness and emotional stability. Yeah. Humble individuals often experience less stress and anxiety as they are less focused on self promotion and more on the collective good. So, all I said there, moms, is this is code for peace. So, if you had to extract anything out of this, just one word: peace. So when you practice humility, you're practicing and encouraging peace. And peace is a beautiful thing. You can't buy it. You can't, but you certainly can strive for it. So again, mom, take this time and say when someone comes and gives you a compliment or tries to elevate you, thank you, I appreciate it. But that's as far as it goes, right? As soon as you start watering that compliment, it starts to grow and grow and grow. And then soon no one can tell you anything. You're extending an invitation unnecessarily. So again, your response is, thank you, I appreciate that. But I'm really not all that. But I appreciate you. I appreciate your vote. And that's how you minimize or de escalating going to that arrogant level. So that's how you teach your children. You acknowledge it, appreciate it, and move on. And that's it. Put a period. Don't put a comma, put a period, right? Because we have to maintain a level of humility because it's going to take us a lot farther than arrogance. Finally, promoting unity and teamwork. Humility helps in creating a sense of belonging and unity within groups. And guess what? You're going to have to work with people. You're going to have to be involved in different things in your life. And you're going to have to get through that. And so one person can't outshine another person. You have to work together. You have to have that attitude of gratitude when you're working in a team setting. Yeah, we can do this. And you achieve more when you work as a group, when you have an attitude of gratitude and not looking at one person that you're better than the other. Work together. So, in conclusion, in a world that often values self promotion and competition, humility stands out as a powerful trait that enhances personal and social dynamics. By embracing humility, individuals can cultivate a more meaningful and fulfilling life, characterized by strong relationships, continuous growth, and a positive impact to those around them. So, mom, as you are interacting with your children, as you are interacting with others, I challenge you to be humble and really and focus on your peace. Because again, when you focus on your peace, everything doesn't require a response. When people approach you and say, hey, you did all this, that, and the other, yeah, don't take a whole lot into that because those same people that elevate you can de escalate you. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And Again, strive for peace. And that's how you would present it to your child. If they are gifted, that's wonderful. That's awesome. Just make sure they use it that benefits others. Take that talent, take that gift, right? Maybe another person next door doesn't know how or want to know how you do what you do. Share your gift. That's what humility looks like. That's what being humble looks like. Yeah, and I'm going to be done here. But this week, my daughter, said my kids are adults, but she is fantastic when she does makeup. She's just all that. And I asked her, and I tell her often how well she does as a makeup artist. And she's not a professional, but she might as well be because she does very good. But I asked her about one of her techniques to applying makeup. And she said, "Oh, this is what I use. I use this and this." When you are humble, you don't mind sharing. If God gave you that gift, can't nobody take it away from you. So practice humility. Learn to share your talent. Learn to share your gift. When you start doing, that's where your peace comes in at. You don't have to focus on jealousy because it's been assigned to you, whatever that gift is. Moms, if you were encouraged by this episode, I encourage you, number one, leave me some feedback. Let me know that you were encouraged. Number two, tell another mom, tell another parent, because many parents were just like me when I was raising my kids, feeling around in the dark when it comes to parenting, thinking all I have to do is just provide for my kids, that I didn't need to teach my kids. That's what this podcast is all about. Take this opportunity. Tell another parent that, hey, let's get into parenting mode. Let's really understand what parenting is. And it's really about teaching our children. It's ensuring that they're successful. So when it's time for them to leave, yeah, there's not going to be any worries. There will be, but it's not going to be as much because you taught them. You taught them and it stays with them. How do I know? Because the things I did teach my children, they do come back and say, "Mom, remember when?" So I know it works. I know it works. Hey, you have a good day, a great week, and a fantastic month. Take care.